What's going on, people? Look, you see the smile on my face? It's because I am happy to be back. It has been quite a minute, man. I mean, jeez Louise. I have been gone for what, a month? Have I been gone for a month? I think about a month. I have been gone for quite some time, but it's for good reason. I was super busy. I had a lot of stuff that went on, all business related, thank goodness. But you know, we want to get everything started first before I get started, because I've got a jammed packed show for you today. I wasn't just going to come back empty handed. I was going to come back with info, with pictures, with videos, with knowledge, with, oh man, I got so much for you. So before we get started, I need you to do me a big favor. Go in the chat real quick. Let me know that you can hear me okay. Let me know that my levels and everything are great. And we'll go ahead and get started and stuff, man. It is good to be back. I have been anticipating this day for quite some time, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys reaching out to me and asking me if I'm okay, which I thought we kind of went over this last time we talked and stuff like that, but some of you guys thought that maybe I was like something had happened, but no, there's nothing happened. I'm here. I'm ready, guys. I'm pumped. All right. I'm looking in the chat and looks like we are all good. I'm seeing some shout out stuff, man. Shout out from Trinidad and stuff, man. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming through. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I first want to talk about what I have coming up. I have a kind of off and on type deal going on. May doesn't have a whole lot to bring. I've got a week of multiple gigs, and then I've got a week of no gigs. But this week I do have a wedding and stuff that I am going to be doing. So, you know, I'll kind of vlog it, and you know, because I think the crowd is going to be a good crowd and stuff. And I have had some interesting crowds, guys. I have definitely recorded a lot of content and stuff for you guys. So get ready, because it's going to be a content overload from the month of April. But without further ado, let's jump right in, because I don't want to go to the future first. Let's go back. Let's rewind, and let's talk about everything that has gone on. So first up, let's go back here. Oh, see, I wasn't even prepared. I thought I was going to be prepared. Look at me. Here we go. Is my mug in there now? Yeah, I think my mug is there. Okay, there we go. All right, first thing I want to talk about. This is the first wedding that I had of, excuse me, of the month of April. This was at kind of a smaller venue. It kind of had an inside-outside feel, but you probably can't see it that much, but right on the ground over there by the individual seat over there, there is a ton of water and stuff on the ground. It really worried me and stuff that day. It was raining constantly. It did not let up at all. This was pure rain. It did not stop the crowd and everything from having a good time, but it just rained and rained and rained. It never let up. But this one I tried something different. This was the first time that I was able to take the Wash FX and put them on the top of a gravity stand. So you see it over there in the corner, that the lights are not right beside the DJ stand there. I've got them on a gravity stand so I can raise them up, and you'll see on the next slide where that was actually even more beneficial, because I can get them even higher than I did right here. One thing that I ran into with this one is that they were too far apart for my donor receivers to pick up. Now, I don't know if that's because there was some interference or what, but that one that I'm pointing at right there, because I had them on both sides, the one that I'm pointing at right there with the camera, that one lost connection in the middle of the gig, and I just had to pull it just a little bit closer, and all of a sudden it started working again. So and some of the video that I got from this one, you will kind of see that. Another thing that was interesting is if you'll look right above me right here, under the stand, you'll see that there's a lot of bags under there. I had no place to put my bags and stuff at, so I had to stockpile everything under the event table, which was weird because it took up a lot of space. But we made it happen. You see the both lighting and everything down there. Those both lightings, those IR4 guys, if you have not gotten yourself some IR4s, we're going to talk about those today and stuff too. Those guys have, they have been an absolute champ for me. And I thought that maybe I should have just gotten 4, but man, having 8 is a luxury. It is definitely a luxury. So we'll talk about those in a little bit, but this one right here went over well. This couple was super excited. The bride and groom both said that, you know, they were trying to exit the dance floor and they couldn't because the music was great and they didn't want to miss anything. So you'll see a video and stuff on this one coming up. So stay tuned for that one. Let's see here. So next up, we've got the gig from the tallest building in Columbia. So we were downtown Columbia, and as you can see, it's pretty much the same setup as what that wedding was there. But we were able to get the Wash FX up higher so that it shined a little bit better, and it did its job. Now, this one right here was a kind of like a fraternity type deal, but it was for graduates. It was different. It wasn't like my old college parties that I used to do on the channel. This was definitely one where we, the guys and stuff, they just kind of wanted to just have a good time, I guess, because they had just finished, you know, last classes and things like that, earning their degree and stuff like that. So usually, I mean, it was a graduation party more than a college party, if that makes sense. So, I was able to kind of give those guys a great show. This was the first gig that I was able to use, and we're going to get a drum roll here. The Rev 7. Yes, I have made the leap. If you haven't seen it yet on my social media, I have made the leap. I am officially starting to convert over to the Rev 7. I've got a lot of changes and stuff that I am making to most of my setups. So this year, at least in the fall, it's going to look a lot different. The Rev 7, this was the first gig and stuff out with it. I'm trying to break it in. I'm trying to get a good feel and stuff for it. I've been practicing and stuff with it. Like I said, if you guys follow me on social media, you've already seen all of this stuff. This is not new news to you. But it was interesting. I had a couple of snafus with this one. I talk about it in the video that I made for this particular function. But it just really required, an update, and I didn't know that. So at the end of the day, you know, spoiler alert, it just required an update. So you'll see, I talk about a couple of times where it glitched, and stuff on me. I thought I had a bad unit and I was ready to return this thing and go back to my 1000 and just be happy. But I stuck with it, and I think all the kinks are out. I've actually had another gig since then that it was perfect. There was no problems, no issues. So that was great. That was great. So that one turned out to be a great function as well. We then turned our attention to our last wedding that I did. This right here was at a venue downtown called City Art. You know, pretty much the same setup. It was good to be able to use these setups. I believe that fraternity function and this gig here were on the same weekend. So it was good to just kind of take the same setup and just repurpose it and do it again. But this was one of the best weddings I have done this year. When you guys see the video on this particular event, get ready. Get ready, because the mixing was absolutely crazy in this one. I did not use the Rev 7 for this one. I have yet to use it for a wedding because I want to get a little bit more acclimated and stuff with it before I bring it out to the big leagues, because I do not want to wreck or spoil somebody's day by inconsistent music if I'm not prepared to be able to use it. So This one right here went over great. You can see I got the both lighting on the floor and stuff over there under my setup, and then I've got the Chauvet wash effects up high, and it's a benefit to have that set up like that. I mean, you can also take that and put it right behind you. That would work as well. I'm symmetrical, so I like stuff to be, lined up right in front, but this takes the place of those totems, so I don't always have to bring those totems and stuff in. It breaks down easy. There's really only 3 cases because it's 2 plates and both the poles fit in the same bag. So this probably will be the look going forward when I have more of like your basic weddings as opposed to, some of the more upscale weddings and stuff that I do for my clients. So this one right here, like I said, if you just want party lights, DJ, reception, ceremony, this is my basic setup and stuff here now. But that will be changing as well soon too. I'm not going to spoil that one yet because we got so much show to go. All right. I think this is just another look of the room here. You can see the both lighting down the wall there, and then the ceremony was in the top left corner of the venue and stuff there. So that was just another look for you here. Then the following week, we had a fashion show. So this one, I love doing these. Let me tell you why. Because I don't have to really bring anything but my board and 2 speakers. So I broke out the QSCs for this one, put them in each corner. And that was plenty enough sound for this room. Plenty. As the girls walk down the runway and stuff here, it was just plenty of sound. So I am happy with that, but it was the easiest in and out that I've had to do since that one where they already had speakers and stuff set up for me. That's the only way it could have been easier, is if the speakers were set up. So that would have been dope. But this was dope. This is my 4th year doing this fashion show, and it was a success. I think I actually got 2 functions out of this. Yeah, I had a couple of people come up to me and ask for information to be able to do these. So it was great. I cannot complain about this function. I already know that we're booked for next year, so I will be doing this again, I believe, next April. After that, oh man, here it comes. After that, I just had to turn my attention over to proms. And man, we're going to talk about this and stuff a little bit later and stuff too, but here is pretty much the prom setup that I used for the majority of all the proms because I felt like it had enough lighting and stuff with it. I mean, you see I've got 2 Focus Spot 4Zs up there from ADJ. I've got 2 Spot Pros and stuff up there. I've got 2 Wash Effects 2s up there. I've got both lighting and stuff around the room. Like, this is more than enough. I mean, to most, it looks like, oh man, this is a prom, man. You should have had more lights, but this was actually enough, man. This was actually enough. Like, I'm not complaining about this. It was a pain in the butt to take this up and down, up and down, up and down. And my helper, Mike, who helps me like load and unload and build these setups and stuff like that, he was saying that, maybe next year we can figure out a way to get this set up to where all we got to do is just pick it up, put it on the stand. But I don't think we're going to be able to do that just because of how fragile and heavy the lights and stuff are on there. And I don't want them to get damaged. So I don't think I'm going to do that. Although he would probably want me to do that. So, and then this was my second prom. They kind of just gave me like some rinky dink curtain and stuff like that. But once again, you see, it's pretty much the same setup. It is the ADJ event table 2, and then the both lighting, the speakers. Now, this one was my largest prom. I'm going to show you footage and stuff from these proms here in just a second. But this one was probably my largest prom. Like, it was like, when you see the footage, you'll see how many kids. I think she said that they sold tickets upward of like 480. Like, it was nuts. It was some crazy number. However, I will say that the LD Maui 44 G2s handled the whole thing. No problem. I know you guys are probably looking like, where are all your speakers? It's prom stuff. These guys right here, this guy right, I think he's right above me right here, or even right over there, handled the whole prom. I even walked to the back of the room. I can hear it just as clear with all those kids in there as if I was standing right next to it. That's how good these speakers are. So if you are considering, I'm not a spokesman for the LD speakers, but I will definitely give props where props are due. These speakers are freaking awesome. They handled 400 kids, no problem. The only thing that I will say about these speakers that frustrate me, and it's not anything on them, it's actually with the guests and stuff like that. It's like when people dance too close to stuff to it, man, these things can be very fragile, especially with the fact that it is a it's kind of like a pole type deal. So whenever you push against it or lean against it, like you could hear and see like some crackling going on or interference and stuff will happen. Like it needs to have that solid connection. Now, of course, that's nothing against LD, but I just need to get some more security. So if you're looking to secure a DJ and you have experience in the Marshall, no, I'm just joking. Let me stop that. All right, on to the next prom. This one was a smaller prom. This was a little bit more basic. I was able to just take the NO Spot Pros and the Wash FX 2s out to this one. Still the Maui's. Got them out there, but still pretty much the same setup. I told you guys I was going to use the same setup at just about all of them. They had a forest theme and stuff with this one. It actually turned out being pretty good and stuff too. I'll try to show you some footage on that one here in just a second as well. But this is my 4th year doing it. This one may be the last time that I do this one because the people who were hiring me, they actually had kids that went to the school, and now all their kids are graduated. So I may not have this gig anymore. So this one may have been the last time that I do this one. All right. Next up, we went right back to the same venue for another school. The first one that I showed you on here that had the blue and the red, that was one school. And then they had actually referred me to these guys. And to be totally honest with you, I'm going to be 100 with you. Keep it very transparent here. This prom, this one here, this one was probably the best one out of all of them as far as participation. This one right here. And I don't know if it's because maybe they didn't have a good DJ last year, or they just haven't had a good prom, or the kids are just more outgoing. I don't know. But this one was probably the best prom that I did 2023 right here. And I think I have video on this one. I may or may not put it out. You guys know I'm a little bit weary about putting kids on, on this thing because, it's weird. It's weird. So I'm going to see. I may do like a collage of them and just kind of showing like some quick highlights, or maybe do a promo video and put that as the video. I don't know, something like that, but we'll see. We'll see, because this one was really, really good. All right, next up, we had what I would like to call the circus prom. Now, this one was the most interesting one. Now, you guys can see me rubbing my face and stuff here. Now, I've done this prom. This will be my 3rd year. This one was my 3rd year doing them, and I've never, ever seen a setup and stuff like this. Never. This was also the first time that I had worked with a live MC, which he was great. It was weird because like I didn't have to talk on the mic. Like literally I set up, used my light show, and he used my mic, which was different. I don't know how you guys who have MCs for you do that. I don't know how you do that. That's weird because I'm not an over talk on the mic, but I like to talk on the mic. It was just, I don't know, it was a little weird. It was a little weird, but it was all good because he did a great job. A couple of things threw me off from this gig, though. If you look back, let's see if I can take my finger without it going crazy. Let's see, right over here. If you see back there, there is a bouncy house back there. I've never seen a bouncy house at a prom before. Never. And this was the first time that I saw it. And I was scratching my head a little bit because I was like, what in the... Anyway, it was different. It was different, but I guess they wanted to try something different. The kids loved it. Kids came into it, and they you'll see. I've got some footage and stuff of them too. But this was the only prom that I was not right at the dance floor. This was the only one, and you'll kind of see it in the video footage I have here. Let me show you my setup. Pretty much the same thing, but they kind of had me back over here in the corner. They gave me one little corner to do it, but it was a kind of a pretty decent throw. I would say I was about 10 feet away from the dance floor, which the speakers had no problem handling. It was just, I don't like to be away from the dance floor. I would rather it not be that way, but it is what it is. All right, so let's get to some of the video footage here. Let's see here. Make sure I do this right. All right. So this is the graduation party. You can kind of see and stuff here. I don't think it shouldn't be playing music. I hope it's not, so I don't get any copyright strikes. But this is what the graduation party looked like. And it was decent. It had a lot of on and off, on and off, on and off. I couldn't prevent that because, it wasn't set up to do anything but that. So, they were just kind of doing their thing, and then they left. But it was just 4 hours of straight music and stuff here. So, no pauses here. Here's one of the proms. This is the first prom that I had that set up. So, you guys can kind of see, like I said, my setup, this is more than enough lighting for these guys. They were happy with that. Let's see if I can play it one more time. There we go. So yeah, this was more than enough lighting for these guys. You see it wash the whole dance floor. I've got some both lighting that's on each one of those poles back there. But yeah, this was more than enough. And then everybody on the sides, they just kind of had to fend for themselves. But yeah, I thought it was pretty dope. I thought it was dope for what it was. The next one, this is the one I was telling you guys about here now. This is the one that had 400 and some odd kids, man. Look at this, man. This is like a sea of kids, and they are front to back, front to back. I almost couldn't see. This is with my phone held up here. So this was a little intimidating because it was just so many kids. So many kids. It had me a little worried because, all it takes is for kids to jump up and down or somebody to trip and fall, and my speakers are the first thing to go, or they land right into my stand. It would be nuts. But you could see that this was insane. In the middle of the room, they had a 360 booth, and in the back of the room, they had a photo booth and stuff set up. Photo booth from us. Now, a 360 booth, that was from another company, but the photo booth was from us there. And then the next one, this was that one that had the, where it's a little bit smaller and stuff like that, but you can kind of see that, they had a good time too. Now, this is the one that I've done for the last 3 or 4 years. So you can kind of see what kind of time and stuff they had. But it was kind of okay. They took a second to get there because it was raining on this one too. But the prom, I think, started at 6, and some people didn't start arriving to 7, and it was done, I want to say, at 10. And people was just constantly coming in and stuff once we got started. But it started off slow. But I didn't get any footage from this one. And then our next one, this was the one that was probably the best one. This was the one right here that was probably the best one. Now, like I said, it was smaller than the first one, but we are in the same venue. But these guys had way more participation than any of my other proms. And they stayed the longest. They actually stayed almost until the end, which was good for me. because the teachers wanted to make sure that, they keep the kids and stuff in for as long as possible. Plus, the longer you can keep them, the more likely you are to get booked next year. For, if they leave immediately, then it's nothing. Like that one that had those SEA kids, man, like it was such a big chunk that left like an hour and a half in. And it wasn't because of the music. I think they had a hidden agenda, which, you guys know. Come on now. It's prom. Here's another one. This is that one I was telling you about, that circus-like one. You can see the kids and stuff in that one. It looks like a lot of kids, but I think they had about one and some change on this one, like 115 or something like that, or maybe even close to 200, but it wasn't a whole lot on that one. But they had a good time and stuff too, but you could kind of see how the interaction and stuff was. We had to get them out of those chairs and get them to the middle of the dance floor and stuff like that. Let's see. I think I have one more video on them. Yeah, right here. Yeah, so it was interesting, man. It was an interesting prom season, but your guy was definitely worn out. I was worn out, man. I was so drained after this. Like the week after this event right here, which I think it was my last event, I took a break, man. I had to recoup, revive myself and stuff, because it was I was done. I did so much sleeping and so much energy drinks, and because I had to keep my energy up with their energy. So it was crazy. It was crazy. So yeah, that's how the gigs and everything went. So everything that I'm going to put out, you should see coming up here pretty soon. I know I already got 3 gig logs already programmed and scheduled. My gig logs are usually probably going to come out on Sundays, and then all the other videos that I put out should be throughout the week and stuff. But, what'd you guys think? You can tell me in the chat, man. What'd you guys think? You saw those setups. You saw those kids, man. What a busy month, and I'm so glad it's finally over and we can get back to some normalcy. Let me do a quick room check and just give a shout out to those who are in the room. Let me see here. All right, I can't read that name. We're going to have to blow that up a little bit more. Let's blow that up. There we go. DJ 167. What's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping through. DJ Romeo, great. Yes, it is great to be back, my man. Appreciate that. Just Jeff, what's happening, man? Appreciate you coming through. Devin Mathiason, what's happening? Terry Innocent, what's happening, man? Appreciate that. More entertainment events. Appreciate that. Yo, the homie, DJ Magic Mike. I just put you in one of my latest videos that talked about, how we had something else going on. I popped you in there, so I added your socials and stuff to it. I hope you don't mind. I know you don't like all that talking and stuff, man, but you're probably gonna get some people be like, "What's up, Mike?" DJ Solstice, what's happening, man? Welcome. Hey, I know you just getting off that crazy binge and stuff too, man. It's been nuts. But maybe you probably keep going, knowing you out there in SoCal. You guys don't stop. The timing don't stop. Solstice, what up with all them colors though? Yeah, see, Solstice, I don't know. I don't ask questions when I arrive to functions. I just do my job. Because if I ask questions, I'm going to get answers, and I probably still won't understand it. DJ Matt Ames, what's going on, man? Welcome back to the stream waves, the nature boy. Yeah, man, I'm back, man. I'm back. I will definitely be more consistent and stuff now that all those crazy gigs and stuff are done. So yeah, we are back for Thursdays at 7 p.m., baby. And like I said, the first one back tonight, we going to go a little bit longer and stuff tonight, man, because I got a lot more. Like, that's not it. I got a lot more. DJ Nines World, what's happening, man? Appreciate you. DJ Rowdy, what's happening? DJ Mike, that's what's up. Okay, careful what you agree to. Wait, Solstice, you got two. Well, you know what? I just saw Rick had 2 more proms and stuff too, man. Wow, it's nuts. Y'all insane. Nope. Nope. I'm good. DJ Rowdy, been busy. Prom season for me. Got one more Saturday. I'm wore out. I told you, man, if you guys don't do proms and stuff, man, kudos to you. Cause I need to start putting that in my stipulations. So like these brides and stuff, like I'm almost ready to cut some of these brides that call me on these prom dates a deal just so I can be booked that day. Like it's that crazy. Like proms are exhausting, but we're going to talk about that. Don't make me talk about it early. I want more. Team No Sleep. Okay, Solstice. Remember you asked for that. Remember that. All right, so let's get into some topics here because we've got some great topics that I want to talk to you guys about. Some stuff that along the way, I just made little mental notes and little notes and stuff that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Some stuff that I learned, some stuff that came across my feed, some stuff that just came across my desk, stuff like that. So let's talk about a few things here. Oh, hold on. Just Jeff. Was that fashion show venue an old church building? Yes, it was. It was. It was originally a little fun fact about that building. I actually used to go to the original version of the church that it was in. And then that church that I was in, they sold it to the church who owns it now, and they rented it out to the young lady who runs the fashion show. So a little nostalgia and stuff here. It was nostalgic to be back there. They've done a lot of renovations, so it looked great. But yeah, that's exactly what it was, just Jeff. Okay, so first thing that I want to get out the way here, let's talk about it. Let's go back to my images here. All right, let's talk about flight cases. All right, so the thing I want to talk to you about flight cases and stuff is that I am learning that flight cases may be a thing of the past, if they're not already a thing of the past. I think what I'm learning, especially from having to put a Rev 7 in a flight case, is that this little top shelf that's on here, that's a joke to me. Like that top shelf is an absolute joke. And you know that the manufacturers charge us as DJs an extra $135 or something like that for these top shelves. Like if you look at a controller case or a case, an Odyssey case or a Pro X case or any one of those cases, and you see one without this little shelf on there, it's like $135 or $150 less. First of all, I'm 6'2", so this on a table doesn't work for me. And the average height for a table, a Walmart table, whatever it is like 3 feet or 4 feet. And this just doesn't help. I literally have to take it and do this with it. I literally this is how I have to stack it in order for it to fit. Like, so when you guys see me do my facade, I am actually doing this on the other side of the booth. I have to take the lid from the case to boost it up. So I'm tired of doing that. Plus, I'm tired of, having to, modify cases and tape down cases and all this stuff. I don't want that anymore. I don't. I'm going to have it just because I already have it. But going forward, I am no longer going to use these cases. Now, I have recently got myself some DJ furniture that is going to be a little bit taller. I can't wait to start breaking it out. But I told you guys right here on this very show that eventually that was the goal, that I was going to go to DJ furniture. So I did get some DJ furniture. It probably won't be here until the end of May, and I probably won't debut it until August, because I want to get it to where it's easy to roll in, roll out, and stuff like that. But it's it is going to house, drum roll please, my S11, and it's going to house my Rain MK2s. So we're going to be taking those out and stuff for our gold and, well, it depends on the venue on the gold, but definitely our platinum packages. We're going to be taking that out. And then the Rev 7 is going to go on the other ones, but I am going to sit the 1000 down for now. Once I get a little bit more acclimated and stuff, which I'm thinking everything should be done by August. That's my goal. But with these cases and stuff, it's going to be a thing of the past. It really is. I think that these cases only serve a certain purpose and stuff a while back, or based on your setup. Even when I use the event table, I don't have to double stack it like this because of the height, because the event table does sit a little higher. So I don't have to use the top lid and stuff for it. But then like putting the lid up is aggravating and stuff too. Like it's too much that comes with this. Yeah, it's a great protective case and stuff like that, but I think I'm just kind of over it. I'm just kind of done with it. So we'll be moving on from these, but let me know what you guys think and stuff in the comments and stuff, whether or not you're done with these flight cases, or whether or not you still use them, or is it a thing of the past? Do you guys use that shelf up there? I mean, it literally is so low on the ground. I mean, not on the ground, but like on the table. I'm like hunched over. Like if you look at me like this, I'm like this using that. Like I'm literally like hunched over. And that's pointless for me. I don't want to stand like that the whole time, and it's just not great for a taller DJ. So I mean, if you're a little bit shorter, maybe 5'11", 5'6", 5'8", whatever it is, maybe this is great for you. But I know it gives you room for stuff on the right side. iPad, laptop on the left, lighting control on the right, maybe your microphone up there. Yeah, that's great. And stuff like that. But how about when that thing sticks, when it comes down, because you're not pulling it evenly all the way down, and you have to kind of force it down. How about when the lid doesn't close over it because you don't have it moved to the right area? It's just, it's silly stuff like that. Silly stuff. But let me know in the chat what you guys think. I just think it's time for a change. I think that going more the furniture route, or something that's more flushed and standard, something that you can just kind of roll in, roll out, and you don't have to move it and stuff as much, because wires and stuff all are an issue and stuff on here, because you got to wind them up. It's just a lot. It's a lot. So I've just decided that we're going to move away from that. So hopefully by August, I will be able to do that. Let me see what the chat says and stuff here. I have these cool special leg risers that are grippy, and that way you don't have to do that. Nice. More Entertainment says, I haven't put my FLX in a case because I want to get the furniture too. See? That's what I'm saying, man. It's like a thing of the past. A thing of the past. So if you guys still use this, it doesn't mean that, you're old or you got old equipment. I mean, it protects it. It's just that I've been using this since the beginning of my DJ career, and I'm just done with it. I've used it long enough. I've gotten enough use out of it. Time to move on to something new. So moving right along. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is what we were just talking about with these proms. What I learned from these proms is that these kids' attention span is worse than I thought. It is worse than I thought. I know before the proms and stuff started, I spoke about it. I said that, you have to have music and stuff to be able to keep these kids' attention. These kids' attention span is like, it's like the size of my pinky tip nail here. It literally is almost impossible to keep these kids' attention. I'll give you for instance. I had so many requests at one of these proms. You know, play Little Baby, play Little Baby. And this year I was prepared. Last year I wasn't prepared. Last year it was like I didn't know these kids were rocking with Little Baby so hard. But now this year I'm prepared. So I play Little Baby. I play like maybe 3 or 4 songs. Now I just looked around the room. These kids are requesting. I just looked around the room. First of all, nobody was dancing to Little Baby. Everybody was just kind of singing, standing in like a group, kind of like how Boys to Men used to do when they used to sing. But these guys are just kind of rapping to each other, hands going like this. And I'm just like, what was the purpose of this? Like, we're at a prom. We're supposed to be dancing. Like, I've got this Little Baby music that you've been asking for, and you sing like a few choruses of it, and it's like, hey, man, let's go do this over here. Or, hey, man, what you got on your phone? Let me sing you something. Oh, man, let me take this selfie or right here, everybody in the group, for the song that you asked me to play for you. It's absolutely insane how these kids' attention span is just like blink. It doesn't take long. I'll give you another example. Each one of my proms had the king and queen ceremony, right? So I got a packed dance floor. Kids doing a great job. I do the king and queen, and right after that, I announce it. People go crazy. I announce it. They take a picture, and then I try to get the kids and stuff back. It is like it's almost like we didn't just have a big party going on, and the kids are like, I don't know if I want to go out to the dance floor and stuff anymore. And I'm like, bro, what? I'm just like, wait. What? It's beyond me. It's beyond me. And plus, like how these kids are doing on this image and stuff here, there was so many people on the sideline just on their phone. I'm like, why did you come to prom? Prom is supposed to be for dancing, for having a good time, making a memory. You're on your phone. This is why I don't like to do kids' events. This is why I don't like to do it. It requires a lot more than entertaining an adult. However, kids are the most rowdiest ones out of the bunch because, yeah, I'll probably have about 5 or 6 songs that will go absolutely crazy. However, it's only 5 or 6 songs out of like, I think my list had like 150 that I was diving from. And these are all great songs. And I only had one group that gave the most participation from it. Out of 5 proms, one group. Speaks for itself, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do and stuff for these kids, man. Some of these events, like I've got some graduation parties and stuff coming up. It's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be the same thing. Entertaining children is tough. It is getting tougher by the moment because all they want to do is be on these. That's it. Let me know what you guys think. Am I lying? Am I the old guy and stuff now, or do you guys see this as well? If you agree with me, throw me a like. If you don't agree with me, tell me in the chat, man. Let us hear your thoughts and stuff on it. All right. So the next topic I want to talk about is this crazy little thing right here that's on the screen. Oh, man. They are doing some crazy stuff on social media and stuff as of late. So what you guys see on the screen is a blue verified check. Now, this check usually belongs to people. I think when I read this right, when I did my research, this thing usually belongs to people who have either 50 or 100,000 followers on Instagram. Well, they have now implemented this thing where you can actually get what's called Meta Verified, and you can pay for a nice fee of $15. You can pay $15 per month, and you can get this little check beside your name. Now, you can have 200 followers, and you could still get this check. I also heard a couple of things that it adds security to your account so you're less likely to get hacked. I don't know if that's true, but I've seen some cats have this, and, you know, it used to be a status quo thing. You know, it used to be one of the things that you strive for, that you can't wait to get the check. Like, oh, you've made it if you got the check. Now they're pretty much handing them out. Now you can get it for next to nothing. I mean, I'm not going to pay $15 a month for this. I won't do that. I mean, if they give it to me, that's fine, but I will not pay $15 a month to have a blue check by my name. If somebody hacks my account, you know, hopefully I can get it back. If I can't, I can't. It is what it is. I know I spent a lot of hard work and stuff into it. I can't do that. I can't do that. Let me know in the chat if you guys can do that. Like, if you would pay $15 a month just to have a blue check by your name and supposedly add security and stuff to it. Like, you can't get hacked. Like, come on, man. These guys, these hackers and stuff, they'll have a way around it. I have so much spam that hits my account and stuff right now. So I know if you've got like hundreds of thousands of followers, you're probably feeling the pain that I'm talking about. It's absolutely nuts. People are going to get in there regardless. Look, go, go. No blue check, no happiness. It's nuts. I'm not doing that. I don't need a status quo and stuff with this check thing. I try to grow everything organically, and I try to make, this is on my face. Let me take this off. I didn't realize it was on my face. There we go. I try to grow all my social media stuff organically. If somebody hacks it, oh well. I'm not going for this, but I saw this while I was on my little mini vacay, and I read up on it, and it's eye-opening, some of the stuff that they are doing and stuff now. It is very eye-opening. But I will never ask you guys for money or any of that stuff on that. So if you ever get anything from me saying, hey, I need you to help me get in my account, or hey, I need you to give me your cash up, that's not me. I don't do that. So if you ever get that stuff from me, please disregard it, or message me and say, hey, man, your account's been hacked. Just let me know. Cool. All right. So let me go to the next one. Let's see here. Now, I know I mentioned briefly, let me take this down. I know I mentioned briefly about me having to take a vacation. Now, it is very important. I see a couple of guys in here that's already having, still like saying they're worn out and stuff like that. It's very important for us as DJs to take some mental health time and stuff away. I mean, we provide not only a service, but we have to cater to people. We have to sometimes change the way we act, change who we are sometimes, because in front of people don't accept that the way that, a friend or something like that would accept. So make sure that you're giving yourself time and stuff away, like do an activity or schedule some time to just take a drive, or like me, in my case, I knew my schedule was going to be nuts. So the first weekend I had open after April, I scheduled a getaway. That way it just gives me just time to just, recharge all my batteries. Not literally. Recharge all my batteries and just get my headspace and stuff back together, because there's a lot of demands and stuff on us and stuff too, man. Like, we have to do a lot. We are responsible for a lot. Think about this. Out of all the gigs that you did in April, if any one of the vendors messes up, and this includes you, who would get more of the blame for the event going wrong, even including the DJ? I mean, think about it. If a light goes out at a prom, or one of the dishes and stuff in the food is bad or anything like that, but the DJ and stuff like that is bad, we get blamed for the whole thing not working. So, like, there's a lot of pressure put on us. There's a lot of requirements that are asked of us So you just want to make sure that you decompress, get ready to get back into the game, give yourself time away from that, and just make sure that you got your mental health on lock. All right. These people ask for a lot, man. You can see my man on here working. I don't know who this is. I found this picture. I don't know who this is, but we all have been there. Look at it. You see that? That just looks crazy. That gives me a headache looking at that. He's got 3 laptops. He's got a stand. He's using CDJs. He's got individual mixer and like 30 people on the dance. I'm just joking, just in case he's in here. I don't know who this is. But yeah, so I just wanted to say that and stuff, man, because I know for me that's exactly what I needed, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who needs that. All right, while we're talking on the subject of the needs and demands of clients, how about the needs and demands of us? Let's talk about vendor meals. Okay, I saw this on, I think it was not Facebook Market, but it was like oh gosh, what is it? DJ Idea Sharing? That's where I saw this. This guy was on there and he asked, do DJs put a vendor meal in their contract? Like, pretty much saying that the client has to provide us with food if there's going to be food there. If there's a catered dinner, do you put that in there? Okay, first of all, I don't do that. I don't do that. I rarely eat at events. You guys, if you are an OG of this live stream, you know exactly why. I have a phobia since COVID. I have a phobia of people talking over food. I have a crazy phobia. Once I see a group of people talk over food, it is no longer appealing to me, and I will not eat it. So unless, the food is there and they give me a plate before, and it's tough that it comes from the back and stuff like that too, because I hadn't seen it. But if I can visually see you talking over the food, I'm not going to get that. I don't do that. But me personally, I do not require or make it mandatory for the client to feed me. I don't. The only thing I ask for at gigs nowadays is water. That's all I ask for. That's all I ask for. It's too crazy to try to get people to understand why it's important to feed the DJ, even though it's one of the simplest things. I mean, you're feeding every guest there and stuff, and you've got somebody giving you a service. Why not feed the coordinator? Why not feed the DJ, the band, the whoever is the vendor and stuff there? Why not do that? But it's, they don't include in the stuff on the meal, so it's no biggie to me. I don't look at the client any different, but I don't think it should be mandatory. Do you guys? Let me know in the chat if you think. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're listening, can hear the sound of my voice. If you think that it should be mandatory for clients to feed the DJ. I just want to know. I see Solstice already in here saying that it's in his contract that he gets a hot meal. Solstice is like, I'm in demand of this meal. Solstice, you crazy, man. I just don't do it. I don't do it. But let me know in the chat whether or not you guys require a meal. I don't do it. But if you guys do it, and no knock against you. I mean, some people feel like, it should be just a given. But you could sit back and wait for a given if you want to. These clients will overlook you so fast. They will overlook you. Like, the coordinator, you can get a photographer. Yeah, you can get a meal. DJ? DJ doesn't need a meal. He's just playing music. Yeah, okay. Oh, Solstice says, and therefore this. Yeah, I mean, I kind of fair warn my guys and stuff to help me. Like, you better eat before. We're going to have a long night. Man, you can't put expectations out there. I'm trying to tell you. All right. Just a couple more things, and then I'm going to turn the floor over to you guys. I can hear Solstice right now in my head. Like, yeah, my guy's going to eat. Otherwise, we're not performing. All right, a couple more things I want to talk about. So there was a new product that came out, that came across my news feed that I was quite intrigued about. If you haven't seen this yet, this is the Newmark Pro Go. Now, I had some specs and stuff on this, so I want to read some of these. But this is a battery-powered touch screen 2-channel mixer, okay? And it's also got speakers and stuff. So like right above me right here on this little grayed out part, and then right over there on that little grayed out part, those are speakers. So let me read you a couple of these specs. So it's got a 7-inch touchscreen, 2 XLR inputs for left and right channel, not like 2, but you know what I mean. It's got a SD and a USB input on the back. That's how you pretty much put, music and stuff on here. Without a laptop, because you can actually work this without a laptop and stuff too. If you put, your music files and stuff on a thumb drive or an SD card, you can run it without a laptop. It's 2 channels. It's got built-in speakers for on the go. Let's see. It's got built-in Wi-Fi access to allow you to be able to access record pools like BeatSource, Beatport, SoundCloud, Tidal, Dropbox, and some others I believe and stuff on here. There's just a few that I got. It has a rechargeable battery. The one thing I don't know is how long the battery lasts, but it's a rechargeable battery. It is Windows and Mac compatible. And guys, would you believe that this thing is only $840? $840. Now, the equivalent in size is probably about the size of a 32-inch flat screen television. That's what I've seen. I'm looking at a 32-inch right now in the same room I'm in, and that's about right. So yeah, it's about the size of a 32-inch flat screen television. But yeah, it's a battery powered mixer that you could take and use on the go. You can use this thing on, when you're at the park, or if you're on the airplane, if you're waiting for the airport. And it's got, I think I didn't say that. It's got a 1/4-inch microphone input on the front, and it's got a 1/4-inch and a mini headphone connection for your headphones and stuff on the front of it as well. So this thing is a nice little thing. Now, this is supposed to rival the Denon Prime Go, but this thing right here is no joke. And I don't know what size those jog wheels are. I think they're maybe like 4 inches or something like that. And I mean, my hands and stuff probably couldn't work, but I could probably use a couple of fingers and do that. But yeah, I mean, this is not bad. This is not bad. Now, this piqued my interest and stuff because it is like battery operated. So there is a chance that you could take a Maui 5 Go. You can take this guy. You can put a table out there, or wherever you're at, or maybe even a cocktail table. Run one XLR cord to the Maui 5 Go, or to the Bose S1, or to the whatever else you use that's wireless, and literally just have that one wire going over there, and you would have a whole sound system. It could be like your full out ceremony sound system. Like if you put the ceremony music on this guy through the SD or the USB port slot, you could actually do a whole ceremony. I mean, it's got a mic input. You can run a wireless microphone off of this. That's nuts. And for $849, I think, what is that what I said? $839, so $840. For $840, that's not bad. Newmark's trying to come up. Newmark is trying to come up. I would love to get this in hand. I've tried to reach out to them to see if I can get one in hand and see if it really, really is like what it says it is, because it looks pretty cool, especially the fact it's got a touch screen and stuff up there at the top, which makes it pretty dope. So if you guys want to check it out, you can check it out. I got a link and stuff for it down below. You can check it out. They sell it on Amazon and sell it on Newmark. They sell it on Z Sounds, but I've got a link in the description of this video down below, and you can check it out. See for yourself. See what kind of specs and stuff it has, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. I just thought that I would share that with you guys and just see that the future is here, man. They're trying to get us almost fully wired. I think, I'm not 100%. Don't quote me on this because I didn't see this as one of the things. But if this thing had Bluetooth, the Maui 5 Go and I think the Bose S1, they are Bluetooth compatible. So like if you some way could link this, if it had Bluetooth, that may be the next thing that's coming. Bro, you in business. You don't even need the XLR cord. You would be in business. So definitely check it out below. Check the link and stuff out below. See if you like it. If you like it, you can purchase it. I think it's already out, so it's not for pre-order. It's out. It's available. Available now. Let me just check the chat real quick. I don't do everybody's cooking match. The whole flight about to be turned to Coco Mongo. I'll build a mini booth with a 50-inch and a horn amp around this one. Controller companies. I only buy it if you book it with Jay shipping one. Crazy. All right. So the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about, and then I'm going to turn it over to you guys for Q&A. I'll give you 30 minutes or something like that here. The last thing that I want to talk about is these bad boys. Man, you talk about a great investment, and I see a lot of other DJs making this same investment and stuff that I did. I am in love with these both lights. Okay. Now, a little background and stuff on here. When Chinese lights first came out, and this is just stupid me. This is stupid JayBook. Okay. You don't have to say that in the chat, but this is stupid me. I thought that it had to have a name and stuff on it, or it was just not going to be accurate, compatible. It just wasn't. What I fail to believe is that when it's made in China, all a company is doing is really slapping their label or stamp of approval on it and raising the price to whatever they want to, whatever price point, but you're getting the same item. So, like, I'm not saying that this is the exact same light as the Ape lights or Ape Labs. I'm not saying that the moving heads are exactly the same as the ADJ moving heads, or that the SR4s or S4s are the same thing as the Element Hex bars. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that these are a great value option. Okay. Right now, you can get 4 of these lights for $470. Now, why did I tell you that? When I bought my Element Hex bars, okay, which look exactly, I don't want to say exactly, it looks like a Chauvet par, but it reminds me of the Hex par. They do the same thing. When I bought my Element Hex bars, they were $235 a piece. A piece. So I'm telling you that you can get 4 of these guys here that's on the screen for $470. You can get 8, which this is what I did. Because I'm going to tell you the value in this is you're almost adding a little bit of uplighting to an event that didn't have the uplighting. And these lights are awesome. They're so low profile. You can get 8 of these guys for $1,190, $1,190. And it will come with the charging case as well, which is beautiful to me because the Element Hex bars that I got, no charging case. I had to buy a case that would hold 4. And then when I got 6, I had to upgrade to a whole nother case that still I had to take the Hex bar out to charge. Still had to take those out to charge. These are $125 per unit. So if you just wanted to buy one or two, I don't know why you would do that, but these are $125 per unit. So I use these guys. I use them consistently. From the first moment that I cracked these guys out, they have been absolutely amazing. Now, I don't know anything about their other lights. I am good on moving heads. Okay, I am good. I know they offer moving heads. They also sell cold sparks. I did not get my cold sparks from Both Lighting. I got my cold sparks from another Chinese dealer, but those have been great. I think the ones from Both are just about the same thing as the ones I offer. And I think Both Lighting is a little bit cheaper, but I did not get those from them. But these guys right here, these IR4s they are the ticket. They are the ticket. They light up my stands. They light up everything that I need lit, and I don't need as many of them anymore. The only only thing that I run into with these guys is that I don't want to run a wireless dongle into one of my moving heads if I have it on a totems, on like the totems and stuff that you guys see me do for weddings. So I will have to, I mean, you know, these guys don't have an XLR input. Like you can't tap into it. So to automatically, you can send that up to the moving head. So what I do bring the Element Hex bars with me. Or you can bring the Bose S4s and stuff with you and do the same thing and just run an XLR up to the light. But that's the only knock on them. They don't have a way to run XLR on there. But the distance on these guys, this room right here is the same room that I showed you guys from, let's see, from right here. This is them again, right here against the wall. That light, those lights, I can put them at, I mean, as you can see on each post, I'm using both the S4s and the IR4s in this venue. So you can see on the poles, I've got the S4s, and then on the walls, I've got the IR4s, and they didn't even ask for they did ask for uplighting. But you could see that these lights can go as far back all the way to that door where they're loading in stuff at and have a great signal. No problem. So I have a link down below because I believe in them that much. And the homie Rick Webb sells these guys because he's the U.S. dealer for them. Do not sleep on these lights. Do not sleep on them, because what I think is going to happen is these lights are going to become more and more in demand. And these prices that I gave you guys is going to shoot through the roof. Because the demand's going to be so high, so they're going to say, oh, well, we can raise the prices. You guys need to get in and get them now. Get them while they are kind of, upstart and stuff like that. Like they're trying to squeeze their way into the game. Get them. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. Also, I saw a video where Rick said, and I'm talking about Rick Webb here. You could check him out. He runs Both Lighting and stuff like that, but him and Marcellus do. I saw a video where Rick said that since they're the U.S. dealer, that if you have a problem with the lights, you could send it to them, which is great because you don't have to send them to China. You can send it directly to them. So, and Rick is right there in North Carolina. So I don't know where everybody's from and stuff. I know we got Trinidad and SoCal and stuff like that. But if you're on the East Coast, having a dealer who is also the repair guys and stuff right here on the East Coast, that's big. That means the turnaround is not that bad. So I haven't had a problem out of these guys. I haven't had one problem. I've dropped two of them at one of the proms. The prom, I think they had the all that green and stuff in there. I did drop two of them when I was trying to load up, and nothing. That even the cabinet is sturdy. It's like a steel, like a metal. So the cabinet was sturdy. The lights worked the very next night, and the night after that, and the night after that, and then I'm firing them up in 2 days. You do not sleep on these guys, man. I'm an advocate for them. I've got a link and stuff down below if you want to check them out. You can check all the lights and stuff that they have out for you guys. So definitely do that. Man, did you guys enjoy that? I told you I had a lot and stuff to talk about. I have been putting this thing together as I went. As the weeks and stuff went on, I put the show and stuff together. So now I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Please, this is the time and portion. If you're the first time here, this is the time and portion that we give to anybody who's in the chat, anybody who's here to ask a question. No questions too crazy, no questions too stupid. Just ask it, and maybe somebody in the chat will have a scenario for you. But yeah, ask away. I need some water real quick. Just give me 1 second. Oh man, that's a lot of talking, man. My throat is completely dry. All right, so giving you guys a chance to ask a question and stuff in here. This is the Q&A portion. I think I saw somebody a while back that had a question. Benny Blanco, yeah, back here. Here it is. Benny Blanco says, JayBook, I had a question. Every week wait a minute, you were off. Now that you're back, I can't remember. I thought this was a question, Benny. What? So every week that I was off, he had a question, but now that I'm back, he doesn't have a question. Any questions and stuff? I mean, if there's no questions, I can go ahead and just let you go, but this is my opportunity to give back to you guys to be able to answer what I can answer. So let me know if you got something. We'll give it just a few minutes stuff here while we're waiting on that. Couple of housekeeping things here. We will be back again next week, 7 p.m. EST. And, excuse me, I'm going to verify. We may have a guest. I've been working on a guest and stuff while I was gone as well. We may have a guest. I don't want to say who just yet. I'm just trying to solidify things, but make sure you follow me on Instagram, because I will be advertising if that guest does decide to come on. I have a couple of guests and stuff in the works. I don't know if I'm going to have them both this month, though. Maybe I'll space them out and stuff a little bit. It takes a lot to have a guest and stuff on the show, guys. Like, it's, I don't keep these screens and stuff, like get these screens in order, make sure they pop up the right way so it doesn't look crazy and stuff. Like, it takes a lot to make this thing happen. Trust me. So yeah, make sure you follow me on Instagram and stuff. It's at DJ JayBook, so that you can follow along and see it, any updates that I may put. I always put whether or not the show is going to be canceled or if it is going to be live and stuff for that day. I see you guys have been doing a great job with the new mix that was on Mixcloud. I think it's up to like 70 views, and look, 70 listens and stuff. To me, I feel like that's a success. I'm a little unknown DJ here in Columbia, South Carolina. So to get 70 people to listen to something that you've created, I'll take it. I will take it. Okay. And then there may be a great opportunity that I'm going to, since I'm going to be putting that other stuff in my upcoming furniture and stuff, I may take, just to keep use of the 1000 SRT, I may take it and use it in the office over here and try to do some more, Twitch stuff. Try to do some more of that, because we're a little spacey and stuff in July. We've got a little room to be able to be a little bit more creative. Oh, let me put this away here. Hold on. All right, we did have a question. More entertainment events. So he asked what type of furniture I'm getting. I just recently got the Wait a minute. I'll make sure I say it right. Hoer board. HOER board. And I got the I don't think wait a minute. It's not the classic, it's the stereo T. The stereo T. Hoer board. And they should be sending that out to me. I should have it by the end of the month. It's about 100 pounds. So I should have that by the end of the month. And I'll be able to raise the stakes. Oh, guys. Oh, my gosh. Still this year, I've got to go to Tennessee for a gig. Atlanta. I will be in Atlanta for a wedding. And there is a request out right now to go to Key West, Florida for a wedding. Don't hold me to it because I'll tell you when we do it. I'm hoping we do it. That would be nice, man. I definitely want to travel and do stuff like that. So I may be hitting one of you guys up if you're in the Florida area, Atlanta area. If I don't want to bring stuff, I mean, I just rent it from you guys and use it and then be able to drive back with, not having all my equipment with me. I've heard horror stories. That's why I'm saying that stuff. Horror stories. All right. The Donald. What's your view on the X5 U3 wireless devices? I like them. I did a review and stuff on them. I did a product review. I think it's in my video list on my channel. They are great for what they are. They are great. I will be using them in some upcoming events because it's so funny. Like I get these little products and all of a sudden people start asking me for like weird requests. Like somebody wants me to have a regular setup, but then set up a smaller setup in another area because if some people didn't want to be over amongst all the other people, it's weird, but that's what the X5 is for. So they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I cannot knock them. Pretty good. Highly recommend it. And I think they're available on Amazon. DJ Hans World, how do you how do you charge for your proms? Do you have a package? Are there a lot of in-house venues in your area? Okay, so for the proms, I give myself and dance floor lighting, I figure out, time it takes to set up and everything. Like it's kind of different each year. Time it takes to set up, crew I need to set up, and I give that a base price. So I'm just going to give you just a hypothetical and stuff here. So let's say if that's $1,000. This is $1,000 for me to have dance floor lighting, hire somebody to help me. 4 hours for the event because the prom is usually 4 hours. And just set up time, being there early and stuff like that. Let's say that's $1,000. Now, if you get up lighting, we go up from there. If you get photo booth, we go up from there. If you need extra time, we go up from there. If you want more lighting, we go up from there. If you want a monogram, we go up from there. So just set yourself a base price, and then everything else is just an add-on. That's how I usually do it. And the second part of your question was, are there a lot of in-house venues in your area? I would say no, that's not a lot. It's a decent amount. It's not a lot. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. It's not a whole lot. Matt Ames, dude, if you turn down Key West, send them out. I'm not turning it down. I just, everything's got to be right. For a travel gig, you got to consider a few things, things like room and board and equipment and all that stuff. Do you really want to travel all the way down there with your equipment? Then you're going to want to be there a day early. And, it's a lot of things that go into it. It's a lot of things that go into it. Oh, DJ Ames said he can help if you need it. You never know. I am putting together a nice little squad and stuff like that. We're getting stuff taken care of. But yeah, if I ever need to reach out, I'll definitely keep you in mind. Definitely will do so. 10-4. Oh, 10-4. Gotcha. All right. Anything else? Anything else? We'll do about, if we get some questions, we'll do about another 10 minutes. But if we don't get any questions, I'll just go ahead and let it go. But any more questions, this is the time to get them out. I already told you guys gig laws will be coming out at least for the next 3 Sundays. So you guys can check out those because I was able to sit down and actually put those together. I'll be putting out some individual videos based on some of these live streams and stuff like that through the week. Just for those who haven't seen it, who wasn't able to make it. So I'm going to be doing that as well. And then we're going to try to get some more reels and get some more TikToks and all that craziness, man. Got to join all that stuff. Easy, take the new mark, go. Yeah, let me. That's so untested. I mean, I would probably do that for like a birthday party or something like that. I could probably take that, but ain't no way I'm taking that for a wedding. You guys don't have a fear about taking like if you were to buy whatever, let's say you guys were about to buy the equipment that you want. Let's say you have your eye on something and you buy it. Are you taking it out to the very next event? I'm just curious. You know, I think I got 17, 18 people and stuff. If you buy a brand new piece of equipment, or you had your eye on it, once you buy it, are you using it immediately like the next gig? Like, let's say you got a microphone, or speakers don't count because speakers, yeah, you just throw them up. But like a microphone, a mixer, a laptop, or anything along those lines, are you bringing them out to the very next gig? That stuff always makes me nervous because it's like, it's untested. I haven't done anything with it. I haven't broken it in. I like to break stuff in, and then when I bring it, like, it works like a charm. Like, cause I can't get out there and like that Rev 7, the thing almost had me embarrassed, man. Are you kidding me? DJ Solstice, what's on the books for this weekend? I have one wedding this weekend. It's the only wedding of the month. Everything else is just kind of like, show ups and stuff like that. Then June, I've got nothing but weddings. So we're back to that. But yeah, I do have a wedding this weekend. Where is it at again? Oh, it's downtown. So it's downtown in my city. Any other questions? Go Mago. Go Mago. That's an interesting name you have there. Go Mago. Anybody else with any other questions? What's this? DJ not okay, he responded to my question. No, not before I play with it first and get a case for it, not rolling in with the original box. So corner, yeah. Yeah, I would definitely never roll in with the original box. Yeah, the moment that I bought the Rev 7, I immediately went and got a case for it. But then I was like, that's what made me talk about these flight cases and stuff on here. Because I went to buy a case and I'm like, why aren't these things just compatible with the next one? Like, if I'm not mistaken, the SRT is about the same width and everything with, it just sucks. I got to spend a whole nother like $300, almost $400 on a case and stuff when they could just make it to where it's like somebody needs to make a case like how these booths and stuff are doing, the way you can adjust it, adjust it per the unit you're using. Like if you've got an SZ, you can put that in a case, but you can also shrink it down just in case you've got a Rev 1. Something like that. Somebody need to create that. They probably charge too much for it anyway. All right, DJ Matt Ames says, great having you back, Jay. Take care. All right, appreciate that. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you guys so much for coming back and stuff here. I didn't know what type of reception and stuff I would receive, but it looks like you guys definitely love the show, so I will definitely be bringing you more of that content coming up here soon. So I really appreciate that. We'll see you again next week. 7 p.m. EST, right here on this channel, on Twitch, DJ JayBook, on Twisted Transitions, and on Facebook under the book club. Definitely check those out. All right, guys, make sure that you are living to strive, not to survive. We'll see you guys again next week. Peace.